What is new? Hey, Pete.
The crowd is coming in from the AMA we did on the CryptedPunk Discord. So Hanford and XP were guests and spoke about RFOX and our projects.
Oh, fantastic!
The chance to play Benny.
Yep. What? Sorry, Matt?
It was their chance to play Benny.
Yep, they did an amazing job, Benny.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Why don't you give us any highlights?
XP didn't talk about the first 25 COGs minted. That was the highlight.
That's good. I saw that the instructions are up. How are we going so far? How many people have actually submitted to Chino so far for the 1,000 whitelists?
We just put it up, so we
yeah.
expect to get some action fairly soon.
Yep.
I think it'll go pretty quickly, but I think it's also good that there's it's only it's limited per wallet as well, which is good. Otherwise, you'll end up with a very low disbursement. But I think a lot of people that have been around a while pretty good at creating wallets. Such a great job. Great. The community is awesome. Awesome. Well, it's pretty late for them over there as well, right?
It is. Yeah,
midnight their time, I guess.
Midnight, yeah.
Jesus, it's a pretty. But it's the thing with the global crowds. Hey, Pete, how are we going to do a giveaway tonight on a wheel?
Oh, I think Chino is already going to do a wheel tonight, so I think that's
No.
We need to postpone it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So
now,
we need
now I gotta do what? What the heck?
we need to pull a more accurate data for the entries, right? So I'd rather we do it right than rush it tonight and do horribly wrong.
You guys owe me something. Okay, Benny, we can do a wheel or something, I guess, since Chino let me down.
All right, we'll do a wheel.
We'll do a wheel or something.
I'll get something. I'll get something ready to send. What should we give away?
Fats, do we have anything in the giveaway wallet to give away or something?
What do you want?
I don't know, a few packs or something.
RFOX 2020.
No,
Oh, a few guys have been sending me COGs now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting your ETH addresses right.
We can give a starter pack with the 30 COGs inside. Pete.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you can send that to the winner when I do the wheel, I guess. Okay, Fats is throwing in a starter pack.
Let's see what I'll throw something in as well.
Wait. Fats, just to clarify, it's 3rd edition, right? Not 1st edition, right?
I'll see what I've got, Pete.
Channel is going to be flooded if it was the 1st edition, man.
Oh, 1st edition, you don't give away the whole pack. You open the pack and you give away individual COGs.
Yes.
You don't. Even during 1st edition, we didn't give the whole pack. It's nuts. You give away the individual COGs. If you get a common COG, you'll be lucky.
You're right.
1st edition. I now. I'm going to actually pick up some. I'll grab my. Excuse the baby noise for a second. We're used to that. Well, I'll see what I've got. As well.
I got 3 animals here right now, so excuse me if they're yelling.
Yeah, my kid's been restless all day. CryptoPunks to RFOX AMA. Yep, it's going to be. I actually really like. I love the detail on those. I think that they're fantastic. It's going to be It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see if people that actually have the CryptoPunks try and chase their matching cryptid punk. Seems to be a thing. People chase their stuff. Yes, doing a wheel. Yeah, you're writing no, Pete. You're getting them. I'm having a look at what I've got for inventory. See if I can. I'll give something away. What should I give away, Pete?
You got spare Ethereums lying around?
Oh, there's no such thing as a spare Ethereum, is there? I've actually got 2. I've actually got
Look at it. I asked for spare Ethereum. This guy's asking for spare Bitcoin.
Let's have a look. You know what I could do? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do something pretty big.
Okay. I'm not
You
doing
want-
anything big. I'll just handle the wheel.
All right, I'll give away. I'll put on that wheel. I'll put a lab.
What?
I'll put a MintLab.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. If you win that MintLab, you're not on the whitelist.
If they
We've
win
already
that,
taken a
if
snapshot.
they win that, they will be able to get onto a whitelist.
Not a whitelist for punks because we just did the snapshot earlier today.
Ah,
Yeah, perfect timing then. Yes.
No,
Next
no,
whitelist.
If someone who wins it doesn't already have a whitelist, we'll accommodate.
there you go. So that makes it even better. So you're going to get a MintLab with the view to being able to use that again. Let's have a look. How much do these things cost? What are they worth?
100. I think the lowest is 100 or 200 bucks.
Actually, the last time I checked, it was the cheapest was 300.
Oh, it went up.
375. Yeah,
Damn.
375. I think I paid more than that for this. I think I paid about 500 bucks.
374. Wow. Okay. Price has gone up drastically since then. I think there were a few that
Yeah, they
last
went
week.
from like under 100, and then they jumped up.
Yeah, must be you, Phil. You probably bought the floor.
I wish.
Yeah, we'll do that. So before we do that, before we get all that excitement together, questions. Did everyone see the video today?
I have not.
It's great. We've got 4 of our females on there. 4 of the women in our company on there. Current VFOX pool closes at the end of March. Since there will probably be not a third land sales, they're planning to give any rewards for VFOX holders for second quarter. So the answer to that, Ziggy, is I'm racing to try and get done with the aid of the team the economic model that we've been talking about. My aim is to definitely have that announced prior to the end of this month, and that will address what's happening with that. But one thing that I can say that is not spoiling anything, people often have asked previously, right, like what's the difference between RFOX and VFOX? We get that question all the time. And King of Cogs and I were talking about this the other day, and it's the difference between the two is very clear. One of them is a currency and the other is a rewards-based token. So the VFOX token will be the token that receives the rewards. That'll be the one that you need to use for the rewards. And as we progress, obviously, we're moving towards accepting RFOX for anything and everything. So it'll be RFOX going in to purchase stuff and rewards going to VFOX. Very clear distinction. I know some of you will blow my DMs up. You don't have to. You can say that out here because people. The question that I get all the time is, I think Pete, you've been asked this a million times as well. I would be very shocked if I get through a week without someone saying what is the ratio of VFOX to RFOX that I should be purchasing.
Oh, that I get it all the time.
Every week.
I have a canned answer for that though. Supply liquidity to the pool, then you'll be 50-50.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I was talking to a couple of our internal guys that have recently joined us, and they were saying, what should the mix be? And I was saying, I always talk to people about, I just use the 50-50 rule, but I know a lot of people that had joined our ecosystem in the last 8 or 9 months. There's a few people that actually entered heavily into VFOX, and that's all they entered into, and they've been trying to accumulate RFOX from that, and that's how they get their RFOX.
I think Vatican's answer is the best. 100% into VFOX to 100% RFOX.
Yeah. I treat RFOX and VFOX as my savings account. Can you talk about the 2022 roadmap? Is everything still on track? We've got stuff being added to that roadmap all the time, and this economic model will shake things up a lot as well. I think the thing that that people asked when we first brought out the 2022 roadmap was, why is there an absence in the third quarter? The landmarks or the milestones were exactly that. I think that almost all things are progressing nicely, and as we know, the NFT white label platform is ready to be utilized in some form, and that'll continue to be, better iterations coming out as we go, and then rolled out to the mass public. We've also got the TV and media around the corner. The metaverse, as we know, as we discussed on Monday night, we could effectively activate the buy-sell contract and press the go button. But as we know, we're really giving that a sort of a reface and an upgrade. And if you watch that's why I asked if you watched the video today. If you watched the video today with the Women in Blockchain AMA that we did in place of my normal one with Lenny, that gave people a bit of a view because all the lovely women from RFOX were using the backgrounds. So I think some things, is everything still on track? Some things are a little bit delayed, as we know. Some things are definitely on track, and some things are being put in there that are not even on the roadmap. So we definitely need a new roadmap, because this economic model is, what would you say, Pete? I think 5 or 6 different layers of introduction.
5 or 6? I think a lot more.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, actually, probably more than 10 layers.
Yep.
More to come, and more to come. Hi, Benny. A while back, we had a promo video for the Vault. The man talking to his daughter in space. That's definitely something that we can work on now. What we've got is we've just onboarded some 3D animation people in our team as well. So we've started to sort of build up that skill set internally, as well as working with the agents externally. So it's not something that we would not be thinking about, Mr. Flair. If we can do, I think that the gaming guys that we've got that have come on the Vault side, those guys have a long history in that type of stuff. So I'm interested to see what comes out. I think it will be less theory and more about preview stuff. 1,200 wax, a good price to pick up a Tog. Thoughts? I think the answer to that is obviously something's worth what a person's prepared to pay for it, right? RFOX God, hold or die. Something's worth what a person's prepared to pay for it, but ultimately those COGs MintLabs are supposed to be whitelists for and entries into projects that we partner with. All I can say is that we hadn't partnered with people for the whitelist specifically for COGs MintLab until we announced the first one a couple of weeks back. We've already announced another one, and we've already got more coming. So if you want whitelists, I think they're a good buy. I feel bad for the person who manually get all the Ether addresses from transaction memos.
That's Pete.
It's going to be terrible. I love how we're seeing more of the RFOX team on camera. Yeah, I think it's really good, mate. And as Maria hinted at the end, there will be people from the team putting their faces out there more. So I think that was a hint. Someone actually asked if we can get Maria on here. We've talked to her, and she said that she would at some stage for sure. And we've got the lovely Piyush with us for each call. And Piyush can definitely give us a lot of the insights on the marketing side of things. I think he wants a mute button more than Pete does. Is that right, Piyush?
I thought I wanted it, but then, I oscillate meeting after meeting. There are times when I just want you to go apeshit psycho on giving spoilers. And there are days that I just want to mute you 8 times on a call. So, I'm really having like a split personality thing going on here.
Yeah, Benny, there are days which I get private DMs saying, mute him, mute him. Ah.
See, the thing is that that you just heard Piyush's approach is actually the bipolar approach. I'm actually consistent, aren't I? I just spoil everything. But I don't spoil everything. It just seems like I'm spoiling everything because we know what's happening on the inside. So you assume that everybody else knows more. Is there any issue with KML COGs being too diluted in the market? So, Monte Cristo, as the more people start minting COGs, MintLab COGs, there will be more and more, right? And you would assume that, well, there's a debate saying that a lot of these NFT collections will get bigger and bigger as more people come in, and that these 10,000 collections will be looked back on as though they were tiny collections and therefore potentially quite valuable for the ones that do well. But at some point, you would assume that if MintLab does very well, that there would be way more MintLab COGs than there are whitelist spots. But that's the beautiful thing about what we have the ability to do, right? You could actually redeem a whitelist for a MintLab COG, for example. Just that doesn't have to exist in supply. That's why COGs are fantastic, because you can actually get rid of them. And again, you might say, well, why would I pay $375 to get a whitelist entry? It depends what that entry is, right? And it depends what value you're getting out of those things. But at this particular point in time, there's such a small supply of them. There's only the Bored Apes. So once we start loading other projects in, then it becomes a different story.
Yeah, I think the guys from Punk also mentioned that if they want to make accessorize your CryptoPunk with wearables, then the KML COGs could be used to trade them into wearables as well.
See, there you go. That's fantastic. Yeah, Crypto J, can we have the ape shit cycle? I do spoil a lot, but I spoil pieces, and because people like Pete and Piyush and Fads know what's actually happening, it would appear as though I'm spoiling the whole thing, but we're not. Do you release any of your financials to the public? Can you talk about your projected revenues over the coming years? So obviously a public company or a publicly listed company releases its financials to the public. We've kind of been trying to go against the trend a little bit, and we've given sort of projections before in the past, even though it's not a done thing in the space, purely based on the fact that if there is going to be a lot of a token economy and people using tokens to trade, to buy, to purchase things, then it's going to be trackable, right? So not like, again, I think it's going to move towards you've got teams that have got avatars that they hide behind and they're anonymous. I think that if people are doing a lot of token transactions in businesses, it's kind of weird to sort of sneak around behind the shadows and say, I'm not telling you how much we're earning. It's pretty clear, right? And even at our stage of our company, it's also pretty easy to calculate what's being sold across the different products and services as far as current. But as far as projected is concerned, a lot of the products that we are bringing out will have inflection points that see rapid scaling periods and growth periods. And I think the fact that we're coupling that with an RFOX ID, meaning those people also have access to a wide range of other products, and every product that we bring into the ecosystem has a much higher chance of being successful as a result. You're going to see those financials and numbers sort of start off like a steam train and then just really build up in momentum. So we had said that by the end of 2024 that we would be north of 500 million in revenue. And I think that's like some people say, geez, that's a long way from where you are right now and all the rest of it. And I just keep saying one word when everybody says that. I just say Axie. Have a look at a company like Axie or what Sandbox and that have done, and 500 million in revenue is actually a drop in the ocean, especially considering how many different products and services we have. Can we get an RFOX-WAX liquidity pool on RFOX.Finance? Maybe King of Cogs can add some insights into the possibility of that.
He's in a hot air balloon.
Yeah, let me park that. Let's come back. He'll probably write an answer. Hi, RFOX team. Any chance we can get an RFOX themed wallpaper background exclusive for attendees of the AMA? That's a cool idea. I'll leave that to Piyush. Piyush is here. He accumulates all the ideas and then can work out what's good and what's not. We do continually get demands for or requests for, depends on who's asking, whether it comes across as a request or a demand. We do get asked for NFTs or COGs or avatars that are specifically for Discord, but a wallpaper background. I'll leave that with you, Piyush, to see whether you think that's a good idea.
It's a great idea. We'll get something made up for you.
There you go. Ask and ye shall receive. Any Vault sneak peeks tonight? We got more. Do you want to show something tonight, Piyush?
We have a lot of things being given away tonight, right? We're doing the wheel, so we'll hold on
All
to
right.
something.
So we
being
did it
shown Friday.
Okay. So we'll do the sneak peeks Friday and the giveaways tonight, because tonight's the more general AMA. You had to mute XP. Oh yeah, for the Turbo 25. Ban him. Can we set up a charity drive for helping the Ukrainian people displaced by war?
So XP, we actually have some balance from the fundraiser we did, which Pete generously contributed to when we did the Banana Slammer. We'll start the pool of contributions through that, and then we'll announce it in a while. But we've always wanted to use those funds for this kind of initiatives, and I think it's a good place to start. We can use the balance that we've had, and then we'll see what kind of contributions the community can make for that.
And just on that, XP, yeah, we always believe in helping people and all the rest of it, but and we've got a very, very multinational team as well. So we've actually got people based in the region. So it's a very unfortunate series of events, and a lot of the people that, especially people that would work with us and be, there's a lot of people are caught up in this that don't want to be. It's a very sad situation, and our hearts go out to all of the people that are involved, because a lot of people are caught up in this when they don't want to be. What can we learn from others for community growth? I think KB76, that's actually a good question, and it comes up often. And I think the honest answer to that is we can learn a lot in relation to community growth from existing and previously existing models. We can also learn a lot from some of the viral campaigns and structures that some of the Web 3.0 companies have put in place. We can also learn a lot of what not to do from the majority of the companies. Let me give you an example. So we copped a lot of criticism many times, and we still do sometimes, on how come a project that can start up that doesn't have as much potential as you guys, that focuses on one thing that no one had ever heard of, suddenly has 100,000 people in their Discord. I took a couple of those, right? I thought I'm going to go over a couple of those ones that people suggested, and went in and had a look. And you have a look at their website, and the fonts are all blurred. They look like they've been slapped together by a 3-year-old. And I don't know if you guys saw it. come out recently. I think not Elio Trades. Giancarlo Buys NFTs did a show on it as well about the people that are buying the Discord members. So you can buy 7,000 bundles for like $1,000 or less than that. I think it's $500 or something. You can buy 100,000 Discord members for, I think it's $7,000. And here's the interesting thing about that. What happens is people perceive and see those numbers as a project being very successful. And if you have seen recently all of those projects that have had these people take over control of their moderators, and you've seen these mint links being posted in the Discord chats, and you've seen all of these brand new projects coming out and saying, hey, don't worry, we've got your back. We'll pay you back. And people go, that's a project that I want to be involved in. They're paying their community back and stuff. Have a look at that and have a look at why some of those have paid people back. What's come out now is that if you're buying those lists, that within those lists, there's the guys that actually hack you. So the philosophy behind that is these people are lazy. They don't want to actually build a real community. They don't want to build real engagement. They're prepared to take shortcuts. And if they're taking shortcuts, they're probably not securing their Discord servers well enough, and they're probably not on top of what they're doing. Let's go in and start posting mint links in their Discord servers, and these people are then in a terrible situation because they've got to pay hundreds and hundreds of thousands back to the people that they've just done the sale on. That's just one example, but I'm not saying that we can't learn a lot. I'm saying we can, but what I'm saying is also don't necessarily look at these Discord servers that have got 100 to 300,000 people overnight and think, wow, those guys are amazing at building communities, because they go as quickly as they come, and they're generally bought. What we have learned is that there's no substitute for that. There is no shortcuts when you want to build an actual real community. You've just got to do the hard yards. You've got to rock up and you've got to do the work.
Can I also add something to this, Benny?
Yes.
I checked out a couple of our competitors, sitting with 400, 500,000 followers on Twitter, etc. And, then I dug a little bit and I tried to see what kind of engagement do they have, right? So compared with our following, when you look at theirs, you realize that, we have a disproportionately higher engagement rate vis-a-vis them. That kind of made me feel that maybe not all of those followers were essentially real. Right. Also, when we look at our community, Benny, we don't realize that unlike a lot of other companies, we are massively divided on social media platforms, right? We don't just have one RFOX account. We have multiple RFOX accounts, multiple games accounts, multiple Vault accounts, and so on and so forth, even separately for COGs, right? But when you combine all of these numbers together, we are sitting at somewhere really close to 300,000 people, right, across all of our platforms on social. Now, admittedly, some of these will overlap with, for example, I'll be there on most of these accounts, as will you be, and as would a lot of community members, but the overlap would still be to a minimum. We're still sitting at a very cool number. It's just that, we are just divided on multiple accounts. You don't really get to see that. And when it comes to community, of course, what we are trying to do now is very different from what we were doing before. We have constant touch points with everyone, right? You'll see the increase in frequency of our interactions with you. You'll see increased communication. You will see, every month we are now releasing a newsletter giving you details on what we are up to and what we've managed to achieve. You'll see our giveaways have increased dramatically over the last few weeks. Oculus, early access to Vault, which is incredible. The BAs had a live demo of NFTs platform last month. We are going to be doing a live demo for RFOX TV for them soon. You're seeing a lot more details on what we're trying to do. You're seeing a lot of spoilers, and you're going to see an increased and more dedicated effort on this too. Just wanted to point out that, it's not really an apples to apples comparison. A lot of these other people have also been doing this for much longer, right?
Yep. Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, mate. And just on that point as well, because I know that I'm going to get messages in relation to it. The numbers that he's talking about, no, they do not include my media being rebadged to RFOX. That's separate. Those numbers, because I always get Piyush, the reason I say that is because people always say that, my media had 13 million followers, and when you did a rebadge, you would pick up some of those followers, obviously, or pick up those followers. Why they're not included in the numbers? Because we're talking about the RFOX channels that we've grown organically from the things that we're doing in the ecosystem, not the acquisition channel. I collect CoinGecko candies each day, but so far have no use for them. Could RFOX utilize them for utility in the vault? Could bring in a lot of fresh eyes. Great idea, Mr. Flair. Let me have a think about how we can potentially do that. That's a great idea. If any of you have got those types of rewards on big platforms, ping me, make a list of it, because as we're sitting down and doing these economic models, that's something that I can have a look at for sure. I've got a couple of ideas already. I just don't want to talk about them until I've thought about it. Any future plans with Reebok? If there is, we can't talk about them, but as I've stated a number of times, a lot of these big brands will inevitably test the waters, and then they'll work on how they can do a lot of this stuff themselves. We're in a very unusual period now, and this is something that I've never said, but I think some of you have put the dots together. I keep saying that the Web 3.0 brands being born in the metaverse will be the big ones, and they're the ones worth the most of our time, and I'll tell you why. Because as companies like us start to build more and more tools, there is less dependency on the big brands to do partnerships, right? With for the benefit of getting technical assistance and all the rest of it. They'll still do collabs, but I'm talking about a partnership from a technical help perspective. So that's why the Web 3.0 brands and helping to incubate and launch those is a far better long-term plan. Any company worth its weight will sort of have a bit of a play, have a sniff around, and then say, hang on a second, I could do this myself, or we could get a tool to do this for us. So again, that's why we decided to make the tools to help these companies to do that for themselves. So when you talk about future plans with different brands, we will effectively be in a position very soon where a brand will use the RFOX NFT white label platform, for example, launch something and really have minimal to no interaction with the core team. And that's something that I don't think people really think about. But then you're saying that you can then say the brand uses RFOX's platform, but we don't have to sit in the boardroom for 3 hours at a time over the course of 30 or 40 meetings trying to get things sorted, worked out, who's going to do what piece and all the rest of it. You just say, boom, go. And that's a much, much better situation as far as I'm concerned. Any plans to partner with Pixelmon so that we can mint a Kevinmon? Geez, that's really blowing up, hasn't it? And I've seen, yeah, that's a whole rabbit hole, isn't it?
I was in the Discord when they did the reveal. People lost their minds, man. It absolutely lost their minds. It was hilarious.
What
The
was
floor on Kevin is still 4 ETH.
It's still going
Just
up.
so-
It's going up because it is so crazy out there, and it's almost like counterintuitive that the growth is happening because it got so much exposure for being this ugly, right? So it's almost how ugly can somehow shift into cute depending on the light that's falling on it. So this is how it's going to happen, right? So the floor price might go up because of how insane exposure it got.
Yeah, I saw that tweet with the person who'd taken. I think it's taken from Discord or Telegram. That's probably the best quote you'll ever see that sums up the mindset. It says, "I didn't get scammed. That's how it's supposed to be." I think that is absolute poetry. I didn't get scammed. That's how it's supposed to be. So that's, I think, the narrative that some of those people have taken. Look at it. It's absolutely hilarious. It's the it's still laughing about it, Jesse James. It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? There was another company that said we can get in there, and we've worked with a lot of NFT companies, and we can actually fix art. We can actually fix it. If you had a look at that, what was it called? Oxia Origin or whatever it's called. What is that? What it's called, Pete? Oxia Origin.
I'm not familiar with that one. Which one is that?
It was a big one. It was like a 1.3 ETH or whatever post reveal. Sorry, pre-reveal. And then they came out with the art, and everyone went, "Oh my god, this is awful!" And then the team actually have gone through and fixed it up and changed people's NFTs into, changed the backgrounds, fixed up the artwork. So what they did was they'd gone out with a couple of teasers of really high quality stuff, and then the reveal came, and it looked like they'd sort of spent 10 weeks on the preview, and then a week on the rest of the collection, and then they've gone back in and done it up.
Kevin was a 3 ETH mint fee.
3 ETH mint fee.
So my take on
You're
it,
stupid if you minted that price.
Yeah,
Really, you deserve to be scammed.
my take on it is that, you know, basically what happened soon was that they raised 70 million, and the guy started buying the floor of other NFT projects from the proceeds.
Jesus Christ.
Amazing.
There you go. One for you, Fads. KB76. Indonesia is a COG slam growth region. Will there be a Facebook equivalent like there is for RFOX Philippines? Which platform has the best conversion?
Oh, we've gone away from the traditional channels as we hit into open beta and soon launch. So last year when we were doing like ads, organic ads and stuff like that, it was mostly on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But if you've taken a look at some of the stuff that Chino and team has done, is that we've got influencers who are now very, very huge on TikTok, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, platforms for social media in Southeast Asia. So the trend is that, you know, while Facebook and Instagram are still relevant, KB, it's actually shifting away from that into more of people actually looking at TikTok as a way to get, let's say, content from influencers or even video game clips and stuff like that. So we expect to do a lot more on TikTok versus just Facebook, because that's where the target audience is these days.
Also, if I can say, what is going on with the partnership with YGG for Play to Earn game, and if they will bring more game projects in Arkamoto?
They are already part of our Play to Earn ecosystem, Ziggy. But as you can see from the number of people they have and the games, a number of games that they partner with, it's not growing as fast as the number of projects that are coming in to facilitate the Play to Earn agenda for them. So some projects basically, once the amount of rewards start going down, they shift and the entire pool shifts into another project as well. Because they are yield farmers, so they're looking for the best value in terms of how much they get per day or per account. So we've seen players move from game to game, especially with groups like YGG, and this is normal. For game projects in Arkamoto, I don't know. I guess that conversation, I think Ben probably had some with them. But for them, I think they are part of the Play to Earn community, and it's going to be a massive component of our community when we release the second, third, fourth game this year.
For sure. Yep. I've got to say, it's been really great seeing RFOX as a whole increasing their engagement through the channels. I've been a bit disheartened of late. Obviously, still a massive fan of the whole RFOX ecosystem, but great to see some feedback he's taken on board. Madame, give us some time. Faith will be restored. There's lots of cool stuff coming right now. Not hard to fix art with 70 million profit, surely. We fixed up the quality of the first collection and did not stop working towards realizing our Oxyverse roadmap. Are you from there, Jokey? Benny, have you heard any further from Novo, or is he still waiting the right time to look further into RFOX ecosystem? I've been looking at Candy Digital, of which Novo is one of the founders, as a possible partnership for esports in the Vault, hosting virtual MLB games in e-stadiums, virtual racing in the Candy brand. Sounds like it may be a good match. So Crypto J, I haven't heard from them for a little while, but that's not uncommon to go little periods. But they still obviously hold and have faith in the system and are waiting. Their opinion is that it takes time for an ecosystem like this to come together. Actually, I think their view is that it's amazing that we've brought together what we have so far, and also in the time, especially considering the team size that we did have previously. It's in this space we kind of think that everything's on microwave mode, right? That it takes 10 seconds to do everything, and you sort of see a little bit of stuff happening, and the timelines that you are putting together. Let's be honest, when you're talking about cutting edge technology and trying to integrate technology together. Now, Pete, you're much better at not butchering what I'm about to say, so you can feel free to jump in. But it's hard enough to put two pieces of technology together that don't normally go together or haven't been connected very often before. But to take two pieces of technology and try and connect them when, for the most part, a lot of these people out in the market aren't even auditing the stuff. It's a scary, and sometimes extremely time-consuming proposition. And to be honest, a lot of the timelines in this space are thumbsuck, and it's not due to a lack of wanting to put out the right timelines. It's a lack of understanding the complexity of what's about to happen. And we get tripped up on some of the really stuff that you think would be really simple and fast to move on. And sometimes the bigger pieces actually move faster than what you would expect. Pete, can you add to that without butchering it?
Well, if it's small, but working with third parties, working with unknown endpoints or unknown, endpoints of unknown reliability. That's the biggest trip up right now in the journey so far. If we're building it from scratch, we usually know how big it is. We also know the effort, right? So I can come to you and say, "Hey, Benny, this is going to take 2 months." And then and if it's built from everything, right, then you, at the very least, if there's issues that we face, I can bring up to you. But when we start doing like integrations into other endpoints or other apps out there, it may seem like it's a 2-day job, which for the most part the original assessment is correct. But after the 2 days, then we might see additional issues pop up. And a lot of those we can't control. And of course, sometimes you go like, damn it, we should have built this ourselves. But again, to be fast to market, sometimes you have to leverage existing tools, right? For the time being, while we still continue to build tools that, that can complement our ecosystem.
Yeah, for sure. Just before we go on to the next question, you're a head mod in Oxia Origin server. Mate, please connect to me. Let's have a chat, because one thing I do respect is the fact that the guys actually sat there and did fix what was put out and are trudging through the roadmap. I've actually got a few ideas for you, and it's something that we could potentially do together. So let's have a chat.
We got this couple of questions, Ben. So new partnership of games announcement.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Phil, you want to tell them what went on like an hour ago when you sent me stuff?
No. Okay. So we're just about to sign a new developer for our first third-party game. Is that right?
That's the party game, yeah.
Um,
The background is that Phil, like I said before, right? Phil probably has about 4 or 5 companies ready, who've been pitching to us the business model where we utilize tubes in the game for different functions, leaderboard challenges, play to earn, but no longer free to play. And today, I think the documentation went through the actual contract for signing was sent through to me today by Phil. So all the parties are signing. What will happen next is that we will do an official announcement of the next game coming out, and then we'll start populating the KOGs.GG website games page with more information regarding the game, the genre, what kind of gameplay, what kind of potential utility cases will be in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point we just want to wait until the partner has a few assets that we can use, so we're not just throwing up paragraphs.
Yeah, I mean, when we get into the milestone, probably like midway, give it like maybe a few weeks from now, we can do like a short presentation on the game concept on Discord as well. And then depending on the availability, we can probably invite the developer into the call.
Mute, mute. Where's the mute button?
But what we want to do is essentially start building out the roadmap before the mid of the year with all these signed partners, so that the game start being rolled out. So you start to see a game come out, let's say this month, and then after that, in a few weeks later, there's a closed beta for another game as well, all in line with allowing people to use the tubes interoperable within all those games.
Like the word microwave, don't you? I've heard it twice now. I freaking hate microwaves. I would never ever have a microwave in my house. I think it's like, don't know, don't like them, don't trust them. Microwaves invented to keep hamsters warm. Fact. Jesus, is that true? I remember years ago there was a hotel in Australia in Adelaide where I'm from, and there was some chefs that came over from Pakistan and they'd never seen microwaves before, and they were cooking for a big function, and they basically worked out a way to jimmy the doors open and keep the microwave running, and they were putting things in and out of the microwave all day, and they'd effectively screwed the flesh on their hands and wrists up, and they were rushed to hospital, and it made the evening news. It was like pretty much the most exciting thing that's ever happened in my city. There's nothing happens there. Let's bring out the wheel. Exactly. What do you use to cook? You don't cook with a microwave. Microwaves are for heating rubbish. You love Adelaide. Adelaide jail. You know Adelaide. There's the old Adelaide jail. They turned it into like a hotel or something. You can actually go and stay there. A whole heap of Edition 1 RFOX Edition 1s. Really? There won't be in a minute. Okay, Pete, ready the wheel. What did I say I was giving away? Oh, yeah, a MintLab.
Yeah, hold on. I need to go buy out the RFOX Edition 1.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm thinking, Pete, you get a wheel ready. I'll buy the Edition 1s. Doesn't help you in any way, shape, or form, but you prefer the better than the new jail, Adelaide. Yeah. What? That's an interesting wheel spin. RFOX run mints. Yeah, there's some cool stuff that we can do, especially with MintLab now as well. How many we got for the wheel, mate? We've got. I reckon we got 40. How many is it?
Yeah, hold on, pulling out the list of names.
What you missed, Urban Gecko, is that we're going to give away one COGs MintLab and a pack, and the MintLab will still be eligible for whitelist. Whole heap of first edition. Wow. I bought 4 of Arklegger's Bored Ape Yacht Club COGs for $70 each. Jesus. You are. That's amazing.
Okay, I got 46 people on the wheel.
All right.
Okay, first spin would be for the COGs MintLab COG, and then second prize will be the starter. Okay, so 2 prizes today. Good luck, everyone.
The big one first, eh?
Yep, big one first. I'm gonna shuffle this a few times. Okay, Benny, I need to shuffle a few more times. How many times should I shuffle?
6.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I knew you were going to say that. Okay, everyone can see the wheel? Yes? No? Maybe? Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, this is for the COGs MintLab.
I don't see Phil's name in there.
I do. Bring it.
Okay.
Tick, 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 tick,
Oh,
tick,
fuck.
That's
Oh,
me.
Fonz is gonna.
I gotta give it away. Give it away. Give it away. Give it away. Give it
So,
away.
okay, pass. Again.
Run it. Run it.
Phil, are you
Too
going to give it away?
generous. Hell no.
Hell no. Tick, tick, tick.
Oh, what?
Oh my god, what the heck?
What is the odds? I
This
never
is
win.
It's red.
Gecko, by the way, you have to wait 6 months before you get the call.
Oh,
I'll do it straight away.
Okay, Gecko, send Benny your wallet address, please.
he should have it. He just sent me the last one.
Okay, next one is for
I'll
a
DM it.
starter.
It was me, mate.
Tick, 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 tick. Face. Face, please send Fads your
Let's face it, that was a good one.
Yep. Okay, that's it. That's all we got. That's all we got for the on the wheel today. Just 2.
Your wallet
Piyush,
address
I'm
here.
sorry. You didn't win.
What's your wallet address? Urban Gecko.
Popped it in chat and DM. Urban Gecko ZA. It's after my
That's a
name
weird-
as well on Discord.
That's a weird address.
Anchor wallet.
Yep, that's right. And you giving the pack away already, Pete?
Fads will give away the pack. Face, please DM Fads or drop it in chat. Yeah.
Send it to you now.
Okay, there we go. Fads. M4WQW. Copy paste, please. You know how Chino always botches this stuff up.
Urban Gecko. That will actually count to whitelisting.
Although I don't think he needs it. He's. I'm pretty sure he's.
I think I saw Gecko's wallet appear in a white list 120 times or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Give it away. Give it away, Gecko.
I don't have one. I'm not giving it away. I have a Kogu. That's how I got my word list.
Oh, so you got it via Kogu. Didn't you get it through RFOX 2020?
Oh, come on. You're just ripping my legs off now.
Oh yeah. Regarding that, real quick, if you are holding a Kogu, there is no need to send your to register with Chino for the whitelist. We have your ETH address already. You're already included in both whitelists.
Phil, I think people can read the article.
Yeah, but a lot of them
Okay,
doesn't
no.
read.
You're overestimating people there.
Yep.
No,
A lot of people don't read.
I just said that. It's an internal joke. Okay, Adela's giving 3 ultra rares or some stuff like that.
What? Okay, I'm definitely not
I'm
giving
gonna
this
spin.
away.
I'm gonna spin the wheel 3 more times, and then you guys can send the wallet to Adela. Is the wheel up?
It's up.
Yep, can see it.
Oh, missed mine. Dang it.
Oh God!
Juki!
Wait, he doesn't even have a
Congrats.
wallet set up yet, man, and he's won twice. What's going
Yeah,
on?
he doesn't have a wallet set up yet. Juki, when you have it, send it to Adelaide. Thank you very much. Next one, second one from Adelaide. Who's this
Nice.
guy? I think we can cancel this, right? You're giving up, right?
Give it away.
Yeah, it's COGs. It's okay. Give it away.
Oh, give it away? Okay, give it
Yep,
away.
yep.
Cool. I won't. I'll take it.
Urban Gecko, did you get it?
Captain Wonky.
I know Adelaire is like, please, not XP, not XP.
Yeah, exactly. It was just one before mine. Like, oh, dang it.
I did get it. Thank you, Benny.
No worries, mate.
JD Crypto. Okay, so Juki, Mr. Wonky, and JDR Crypto, please send your wallets to Adelaide. Thank you very much. Thanks, Adelaide, for contributing.
Thank you very much for doing that. Appreciate it.
Sorry, Piyush.
So congratulations to the winners. Oh, you gave away I think I bought a Benny Slimer. I mean a Benny Cog. Wait, she didn't come up today at White. So yes, so thank you very much for attending, guys, and congratulations to the winners. We'll start doing more of this stuff, and Friday we'll have the spoilers.
Just a reminder, guys, it's March, and then we got special spoilers on the 31st. Stay tuned.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, guys. Have an awesome night. Stay safe, trade safe, be safe.